Safe area entered. Hostile control point detected.
My binary is actually pretty bad. Let me just read this real quick. 3 activities. Let's see. This one right there. Okay. Are you heading out or are you going in? Okay.
Agent requesting backup.
So I'll do that, and then I'll go ahead and beat that up. Okay, let's go. Alright. Let's go ahead.
Agent, priority objective available.
That's not them.
Hostile control point identified. Let's do it. Nah.
Ah, crap. I fell behind on catching them. Too busy dealing with randoms. Is that more randoms? No, that's done. Okay, there's an elite patrol. Okay, so... Oops. Easy peasy, that's one. Let's see what you got. Garbage. Oh, garbage. Next is... see any other activities going on. Okay, I see you. Did this disappear? No, it did not. Let's get it. Oh boy. Okay, also, why are you making my life difficult with this binary speak, bruh? I am not gonna go through the...
Hostile broadcast detected.
Oh boy. No, never mind, I gotta wait. Lucky. Alright, let's get the jump on these guys. Maybe I'll get 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe, if only I could be so lucky. Ah, no. There they are. Okay, let's see how... you see nothing. No grenades, no grenades, no grenades. Grenades bad. Ooh, alright, face.
Hostiles detected.
He's unarmored. He's already dead. Reposition so that I can deal with the other guy. And boop, he's dead. Did not blow up his grenades. That guy's looking to flank me. Get out of cover, please. You're already dead. You're already suppressed. You're already dead. Should be a short cooldown because I picked it up early. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I'm in trouble. Looking kind of ugly. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ugh, I goofed up. Rip. Did not go well at all. Yeah, I got ahead of myself. I got sparked. Rip. Let's see. Man, I hate spawning here. That was pretty bad.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
I'll sniff you out!
That's more than enough out of you. Might be worth it. Do I not have any other LMGs? Because yeah, I'm gonna switch it off later. because I will be better off running the Liberty for the time being. I think I'll go around the other way.
Holding position.
Okay.
Standing guard.
Incoming hostiles detected.
All right. There he is.
Access key.
That's two. No healing, buddy. No healing. Just turret door. Alright. There we go. You should be dead. Like I said, you should be dead. You are absolutely not surviving that. Please die post haste. You die already, please? Yeesh. Oh boy. Man, I am going through ammo way too fast now. I'll take that. Do not need. Muchacho. Garbage. Alright, so that is activity number 2. Let's find a third. There you are. You will be my third. And then we will go from there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and see if I can still cache that resource convoy.
Hostile broadcast picked up.
Let's see. Alright, I can cache. I can intercept that. I do not care about that brawl.
Hostile control point nearby.
Wait a minute. Something's going on there. However, I want the resources. Resource good. I'll switch out this LNG afterwards. There they are. This is a good place to initiate. Gonna give him a little bit of time and then initiate from behind. Or
Shit! He's close!
oh boy. Got to back off. There's another one. Alright, this is ugly. Oh, I'm in trouble.
Medical assistance needed.
Alright. That's enough out of you. Get suppressed. Okay, move over. Let's go. Stay here. This will be fine. No grenades, please. Thank you. Goodbye. There will be no healing. Yeah, I'm not out healing that. Switch damage. Goodbye from you. Next. That's you. That's your ass. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is getting rough. Goodbye. No, you're not cute. Nope, you're dead. No, boy. Who's next? You.
RPG out.
No RPGs, please. Thank you. You can die now. Alright, 2 mags. That's a headshot.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Ooh boy. Alright. Ah, drat. There we go, now that you're suppressed. Finish you off with one of these. Boop. Alright, you die, bro.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Yeah, it's worthless. Anyway, we'll keep moving. Ah, drat. This is gonna make my life harder.
Access key detected.
Boop. Boop.
Whoa! I'm a target. I'm gonna finish off that.
Oops. That's garbage.
Detected. Nearby location guarded by hostiles.
I'll be taking that. And I'll take that too. And I'll take that too. There we go. Hey, wait, this might be good. I'll take that. I'll take that too. Excellent. All right, let's move on to the next. Okay, so let's take over the sinkhole. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to... Nah, I'll stick to this. Individual damage will be the better. Whoa, 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 easy, easy, easy. You're easy, so I'll hit you first. Okay, a couple seconds. So the next one.
Plates are shut to hell.
You're dead. Caught you slipping. Where's this guy at? Did he kill him? Oh wow, he whacked him. You find out the NPCs can actually fight for once. Hey, Cerulean, how you doing? Can you hear me okay? It has been a while since I streamed. Haven't really had the motivation, if I'm being honest with you. Ah, perfect. Even better. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's... Haven't really been streaming much. I kind of hope to stream a little more. But I feel like a lot of the games that I play tend to be games that nobody's really interested in, so... I figure if I'm going to stream, I would kind of want to have a small balance of something that people will actually want to watch. And just, you know, typical interaction. I don't know. I feel like some people don't like interacting. They just want to play. But for me, it's like I really enjoy interacting with people, especially like be it streams and otherwise, because it's like, I don't know, I just think it's more fun personally. All right, I'm going to tag you and you. Boop. There goes most of your health. Is someone behind me? Oh, I am in trouble. I might be dead. I might unironically be dead. Yeah, that's like most of the fun. Okay, no, never mind. I actually might be okay. This build I'm running, just for the sake of information, is rather fragile. Hits pretty decently, but it's just really fragile. Pop out, please. You're dead. Goodbye. Take cover here. Bang, he's dead. You're absolutely dead with that, but the bleed damage. There it is, called it. Next. Okay. Oh, I'm burning. Alright. Enough for you. Get distracted. Okay, hit them both, that's fine. Need to move or I'm dead. Whew. Okay, that's okay now. Sort of, it's pretty fragile. No blast damage, rip. Okay, no, that's fine. This is a red. He's too stupid to dodge this. You're dead.
Reinforcements in place.
Boop. Yeah, I'll run over the mechanics of this game in a moment. It's actually pretty easy to understand. As long as you're like half competent and paying attention, you can make just about everything work in this game, which is kind of something I enjoy. It's pretty decent for player expression. Alright, reinforcements should have gotten here because I see them shooting at things that are not me. You're dead. That's going to chunk your health. The white blocks is basically armor, and then the bar is their health. Okay. Easy to such. Nope, I'm good. Oops. You're dead. Okay, yep, he's marked. 3 seconds. You're gonna take cover? You're dead. No, you're not. Goodbye. You're dead. No, you're not. Now you are. Boop. Blast radius. They got a reviver over there. That's gonna be a problem. Yep, that's fine. Toss that there. See if I can paint them. Nope, you'll have to do. I'm safe here, so I'm just gonna chill. Nice combat roll, genius. No reviving. No reviving, good sir. Turret's irrelevant at this point. If best it'll with... You're dead. Oh, 2 for 1.
Hostile detected.
Nope. Oh crap. Who's shooting me? Alright. You get the grenade. Boom. Goodbye. He's not gonna fall for that. Got a cover, buddy. Okay, that hit him. Rip.
Incoming backup request.
Did he get killed? Yes, he did. I got a cooldown reset. No. Put that down. Tag you. Get by that. Nope, did not hit him. Nope, it did hit him. Never mind. He's a goner. I did hit him. I was hitting him. Next. Oh, it's just the 2 grunts over there left, and then they can wave in. Screw it, we're going in. Oh, that's a turret, never mind. Tag you. Boop. Are you gonna bleed out? You are not gonna bleed out. Oh crap, let me not do that. I'm sorry. Why are you healing? Oh yeah, I forgot. That's that modifier they added.
Vital signs critical.
Fuck off.
Incoming hostiles.
Okay, that's fine. Nope, no healing. Oh well. Yeah, enemies in this game can be quite bullet spongy. Boop. You're dead. Gonna get hit by that? Yes, you are. Goodbye. Tag you. Ooh, that hurt. I'm gonna bleed out. You are not gonna bleed out. I'm not afraid of you. Boop. Oh wow, that did no damage. That's not encouraging. Whoop, blew up your backpack. That's bad. By the way, if you see like a yellow hit spark, that means I'm hitting a weak point. So the grenadiers, for example, they always have like a grenade pouch. So if you keep shooting it, you'll blow it up. And you'll deal a bunch of damage to them, plus take away their grenades. Good night. Once I finish this little story achievement, I'll switch to a different build. No, no, no. You can take cover. Yes, you are. Oops. Oh, you burned yourself with your own grenade. Now, why would you do that? Tag him up. Now you're gonna burn to death? No, you are not. Wow, you lived. Not for long. Your gun's gonna go crazy. Tag you. Boop. Oh crap. Oh crap. Who even threw that? Alright. You're getting on my nerves now. I whiffed. Rip. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. No, I'm not taking a chance. Oh, that's the trouble. Run away. Oh, you're dead. Goodbye. That guy has like a riot foam that makes you not move, but if you blow it up, he gets stuck himself. That's going to be most of your armor. Tag you. Alright, nope, no grenades. No super weapon. Boop. You're going to bleed out. Looks like I figured it out. The current objective is to get grenade kills. Or excuse me, seeker mine kills. Drop a seeker, throw it at you. Who's next? Alright, I'm tired of you. No turrets. That turret has a magazine pouch. So if you blow up the magazine pouch, it runs out of ammo, and then whoever put it there will have to run over to repair it. Good way to draw them out. It's not him. Where is he then? It must have been the engineer I saw earlier. Oh, there it is. It's him. Oof. But if you kill the guy who owns the turret goes crazy and starts attacking them instead. You're dead. There's the target, the main guy. Ooh, got him. Yeah, that's a riot foam guy. There you go, now you're stuck. Poor guy. Hey, no reviving, bro. Yeah, the gold guys, they don't care. They're gonna do it anyway. Oh, I'm out of ammo on my main. That's not good. Why am I bringing ammo so fast? What the hell's going on? I need ammo. Where's my ammo box? Is it down there? No. Oh, it's down there. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, boy. Ooh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. That's not good. Please die. You're dead. Next. Okay. Green health is basically like overshield / health. Run, Forrest, run. Boop. Alright, sweet. Any garbage?
Supply room access unlocked.
Alright, so I'll explain a couple things in a moment. Let me just go through all the loot and whatnot. I don't need that. Yeah, this game's been out for quite a while now, so the overwhelming majority of loot I'm going to find is worthless to me. What the hell? Is there a guy over there? Hold on a second. Hold that thought. Oh, it's a patrol guy. Alright, we're not doing that today, bro. I'm gonna need you to die. Boop.
control point.
Yeah, some of the characters are pretty funny. Like when you keep shooting at them, they'll be suppressed, and then some of them will be like, "All right, already, you get it." Okay, so The Division is a PvEVP game. As far as things, there's aspects of PvP and PvE. So the main game is PvE. Oops, I don't need that. Whoops, I don't need that. Get out of here. What about you? I already have you. I don't need it. And the PvP portion is in the direct PvP mode, or going into a section of the game called the Dark Zone, which is these areas right here. 1, 2, and then the invaded Dark Zone, which is this one right here currently. So once you're in here, you cannot use your super weapons. In my case, the grenade launcher for the current class I'm running. Basically because your computer system that enables you to use certain things is disabled when you're in there. So the thing about the Dark Zone that's crazy is it's PvP, and the whole point is that any loot you find there is contaminated. So if you leave under normal circumstances, like here, for example, this is where you would normally enter, the main area. What happens is any contaminated loot, you have to leave it behind. In order to take contaminated loot with you, you'll have to go to this thing. No, excuse me, you have to go to one of these. And you have to pop a flare. Thing is, if you pop a flare, a countdown timer starts, and when that countdown timer ends, a helicopter will arrive to pick up loot. The thing is, when you pop a flare, everyone in the Dark Zone knows. So if players are trying to have their loot be extracted, they're going to come to try to do the same. Or if people want to just say, hey, screw it, I'm going to kill you and take your stuff, they're coming too. Yeah, so it's pretty tense because it's like you got to wait about 60-some seconds, I think it is, and it can get pretty hype. It's very tense because when you call for extraction, PvE enemies are going to pop up. But then, like I said, you also got to deal with players. The only way people are revealed in the Dark Zone is if somebody is running around on a killing spree, killing people, and then a manhunt will be ordered. Yeah, there are a few things that you can only acquire in the Dark Zone, but in general, it's not really worth it for me. I've already done it enough, and I haven't played this game seriously in so long that if I go in there, I'm probably just gonna get immediately spanked. Because I don't really understand how the meta of PvP tends to work in there. It's pretty weird. And not only that, but since the people that tend to play in the Dark Zone anyway, nobody that plays the Dark Zone seriously goes in there solo. They're going in there in groups. You're going to get kicked. You're going to get your ass kicked. They've had to make some changes because what some people would do is they would team up with you, and then, you know, when an extraction is called or whatever, they'll drop from your team and then kill you and take all your stuff. Like, people would just do that. So now I believe they've made some manners of protection for that, to protect you from that, because that's ultimately pretty grimy. And there's also just really no genuine defense for it. So it's kind of rough. As far as like activities, you know, there's always things going on. The control points, you can capture them like I just did this, and when you capture them, you get a chest for loot that you can open. Those reset, and then not only that, but if you capture a control point, you can use them as a spawn point or fast travel point. This game takes place in 2 sections. It takes place in Washington, D.C., and also takes place in New York. Me being from New York, I can actually confirm that it's actually fairly accurate where it shows things. Like, for example, in New York, it actually is a section of Manhattan where I used to work at. And I remember there was a Mexican restaurant around the path that I would take. And in this game, it's not the exact name of the place, but it is a Mexican restaurant. So it's actually pretty accurate. It's pretty funny. So, oh crap. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. It's not that. So it's actually, they do make an effort to be at least somewhat accurate. The next DLC for this game comes out sometime in May. which is the first DLC the game has had in a very long time, and it looks like it'll probably be the last one, and it's going to be us going back to Brooklyn, which is kind of crazy because in the Division 1, the game starts in Brooklyn. I don't need that. The game starts in Brooklyn, and then you leave Brooklyn to go to Manhattan. And then Division 2 takes place in DC, with the first DLC having you return to New York. So basically the story of this game, it's based on the Tom Clancy novel, The Division. And basically the whole thing with The Division is, they're basically like a last line of defense thing that gets activated in cases of emergency. Everybody who's part of the Division has a watch, like the one you see there. And they basically report directly to the president, and they pretty much have priority over just about everybody. They have access to unique tech, like the heads-up display you see there that shows your health and everything. That's supposed to be because of special contact lenses that your characters wear. It allows you to have information, shows you your recoil, shows you your ammo, all that other crazy stuff. It's pretty cool. This game, the original Division, actually got off on a bad foot because the initial gameplay that was shown, they were marketing it as actual gameplay, and it ended up not being true. Like, if you look up the original Division 1 like gameplay footage, it ended up being pretty different from what actually was. The only reason why the game survived as much as it did is because even though this is a game from Ubisoft, Massive Entertainment is the team that's basically working on this, and they put genuine effort into the game. The story's pretty interesting. Think the COVID outbreak. It's basically what it is. You could say that Tom Clancy essentially predicted the COVID outbreak. The only difference is that shit ended up being worse. As you know, there's rumors that COVID was developed in a lab. And in this game, the dollar flu actually ended up being synthetically created and spread. And it got so bad to the point that a lot of places ended up having to get, completely quarantined. The Dark Zone is the culmination of that quarantine. Basically, these areas were so horribly, infected that they just said, screw it, we're just going to just completely block this area off. Yes, the pandemic, indeed. And some of, even though some of the Division agents, the first wave of Division agents, they essentially got abandoned. Some of them got abandoned in the Dark Zone and so on and so forth. And the series antagonist, Aaron Keener, he's part of the first wave. So he gets pissed off. He goes rogue because he got left hanging. And he ends up being the penultimate opponent in the Division 1. And some of the Division agents, went with him or whatever. But the part that makes it crazy is he gets away in part 1. He actually straight up gets away. And he's basically tells you, like, listen, like, I'm sorry, I'm smarter than you. You thought you were going to catch me? That's just not how it works. When you finish, like, the main set of opponents in part 1, the final story mission, you end up getting a message via what's called echoes, which are basically recordings of events that happen in certain places. He basically hacked the system that you use, Isaac, to basically send you a message and have you follow it. And when you follow all the little crumbs that he leaves you, it takes you to a specific area. And then it's him basically saying, listen, bro, you're not going to catch me. I'm sorry. I'm like five steps ahead of you. You're not going to catch me. I'm sorry. You're not that good. So just so you know, I'm not even in New York no more. So I'm just going to tell you now, stop wasting your time. He's like, I've seen how you fight. I've seen how you do things. You're not like these other people. You're actually smart and you pay attention. You should join up with me. Think about it for a while. I'm leaving New York. Don't even bother trying to find me. If you decide to do something smart, I'm going to contact you. And then he basically vanishes. Fast forward to X amount of time, they make a pretty cool DLC for some cool DLC content that's free for the game. And then Division 2 comes out. So Division 2 takes place in DC. You're actually using a completely different agent. The agent from Division 1, I don't think they've mentioned anything of what's going on. I think they said that he stayed in New York and he's still helping in New York, he or she, but they never really say anything about it. For all intents and purposes, he's just MIA. So now your current Division agent, in part 2, that's why they start you over, reset all your gear and all that stuff. What happens in part 2 is you're basically helping bring the Division's technology back into operation, because DC is obviously the headquarters of things, and the main server that allows connection for Division gear was shut down. So you have to reactivate it and do a bunch of stuff. During all of that, also back in part 1, I had to backtrack a little bit. You notice that there's some people with technology on par or better than yours that are actively hunting Division agents. They're called hunters. And yeah, the cool DLC mode that they added in Division 1, I was kind of hoping they brought it back in this game. It's like a battle royale, but basically what happens is your character gets sent on a mission to recover some stuff. You're on a helicopter. Your helicopter gets hit, which is kind of hilarious because that's what happens in the beginning of Division 1. And the helicopter gets shot down. Your character gets launched from the helicopter, lands on the roof of a building, I think it is. No, he lands into a building, and an iron bar, the kind of iron bars that are used for construction, punctures your arm. And that's causing a infection on your character, and now he's going to die of septic shock, I think it is, or sepsis. So now you have 2 objectives. 1, you got to keep yourself alive. 2, you have to find the antivirals which you were carrying, which is supposed to help lead to a cure of that pandemic infection. But here's the other problem. It's the middle of winter, and it's cold as shit out there. You lost all your gear. So your character barely has any gear, you only have a pistol, and the temperature is too cold for you to be running around outside. So as you run around outside, your internal temperature is constantly dropping. You have to find barrels to light them up with a flare to raise your temperature. As you find gear outside, you can either find gear to keep you warm, like gloves and scarves and so on, or craft your own. As you're going around, you're also able to find certain pieces to craft some of the skills, like the ones that you see here. You'll usually get 1, maybe 2 skills if you're lucky. You got to get your temperature up to a certain amount, like of warmth, to be able to stay around. However, the game culminates from you going to into a certain section, into a dark zone area, which is where the final portion of that game mode ends. The temperature of warmth you need is higher in the regular area than it is in the dark zone. So if you understand the game mode, you can just get to a certain level and then make a break for the dark zone. So once you have enough warmth and you have enough gear, find an entry point into the dark zone, and then you have to locate the antiviral information you need, and then you got to get to one of the extraction points. So there's 2 modes of this. There's a PvE mode only, and then there's the PvEVP mode. So other players can attack you if they want to, or you can link up with them and run around. It depends on you entirely. So once you get into the dark zone and you get to the extraction zone, you notice that your heads up display starts freaking out. And once you pop your flare, you get attacked by a hunter. So this is the part that makes it rough. They're a lot tougher than you. They're fully armed. They have their gear, and they're automatically better than you. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a 2v1. And if you're with a friend, let's say you have one friend with you, now it's a 3v2. And unlike other enemies in this game, where if you get downed, your character is kind of like on the floor, kind of crawling, trying to get away before they bleed out, and then your partners can help you to revive you. However, hunters are different. If they see that you're downed, they will actively run up to you and execute you. They do not care. Like they're pretty rough. So they're pretty brutal. Like they're fully armored. They wear masks. For example, let me show you. This is a mask that I got from a hunter. Let me see which is another one I have. This is another. No, this isn't it. Let me see where I find one. Because I actually have found some of the hunters in this game, and I've killed some of them. There's a Resident Evil one. Let me see. This one. I found this particular hunter, and I killed them. Whenever you find a hunter and you kill them, you get to take their mask. So I got this one, and then I got this one. You get this one specifically by completing one of this game's modes, the summit. When you get to the top of the summit, and it is during December, the hunter that will appear is wearing this mask. So you whoop his ass, you get this mask. This game did have a little collab with Resident Evil, so that's why I do have some of the Resident Evil gear. Case in point, Mike. Hey, it's cold. I actually have Leon Kennedy's jacket. So you have that. You have a STARS uniform. You have Rebecca Chambers' outfit. You have Hunk's helmet. Excuse me, the Umbrella Corp soldier's helmet. You have that. It's pretty cool. This game isn't half bad. You know, ultimately the game isn't half bad. The game kind of had a bit of a dry spell for a bit after the New York DLC. But then they actually started doing like these little bonus seasons where you do manhunts and you had to go after specific targets. And then as you do those missions during the season, you find like recordings that have things of events. And then it tells you what's going on. Let me finish the current thing. Let me see. This character here, Alani Kelso, she's actually a NPC that's been on your side since the beginning. A lot of people actually predicted that she was going to go rogue, but thankfully she never did. She's kind of always kept her resolve, which is pretty cool. And trust me, her resolve has been tested. A lot of people figured she would be the one to betray you or go rogue because of the fact that there have been instances where she's bent the rules. However, she's always maintained herself, you know? So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, let me show you a few examples of some builds that I have, and then I'll run through a couple things. So, let's talk about the game's armor. So when it comes to your armor and your weapons, you have two primary weapons and then a secondary. So your secondaries are always going to be pistols, revolvers, and in a one rare instance, the sawed-off shotgun. Yeah, they actually did prevent themselves from being predictable. Because it's funny, because previously the way that the manhunt stuff ran, it would be you have one primary target, and then you have like a team, and they have a team of like 4 people. So they did that for a couple of seasons. Then they changed it to where instead of it being, hey, hunt down these 5 targets, these 4 targets to get to the 5th one, then it turned into, okay, cool, rescue these 4 people, and then you will be able to rescue the 5th primary rescue target. For one of the manhunts where you had to go after people, some of them were significant story-based characters. For example, one of the characters, you actually killed him in part 1. Turned out he got lucky, he actually survived, and then Keener saved him. And because of that, the guy's always been ride or die for Keener ever since. You know, you have a couple of characters. Some of them are, you know, Division agents that kind of got radicalized, so on and so forth. And that unlocked certain tools, and it also unlocked, you know, a bunch of story bits. But then later, they actually went a bit more hardcore in that, where one of the characters that you targeted is actually like a super important character, and you whoop his ass, he actually doesn't die, and you capture him. Another person that you end up targeting was supposed to be the end of the game. Like, they were actually planning on ending the game right there with this particular last manhunt, and that target was a girl named Fei Lao. And Fei Lao is actually the commander of the first agent. She's the one who saves his life. Because when y'all are on a helicopter, your helicopter gets shot down, your character was about to die, she saves him, and she ended up getting taken out of action because her leg got broken, and then she ended up losing an eye. So she's essentially just giving orders from this giant post office. I believe that was your base. Yes, that's what it was. Your base of operations in Division 1 is an old school post office in Manhattan that's right across the street from Madison Square Garden. It doesn't look exactly like Madison Square Garden, but you can tell it's exactly what it is. You have the big post office, and then the area around it was fairly accurately represented. There's a pizzeria across the street. There's an Irish pub across the street on the other side of the block. A couple of restaurants, a parking lot. All of that was fairly accurate, so I got to give them props for that. It was pretty cool. But as far as this game right now, you find out that Aaron Keener, even though you killed him in the initial Warlords of New York DLC, turns out he survived. It's actually decently explained, because when you do quote-unquote kill him, he just passes out, and Isaac, your computer system that's in your watch, registers him as dead. The thing is, a crumb of that was already hinted to you when you were going after one of his guys. When he tells you, listen, you shouldn't trust Isaac. Isaac is really easy to fool. That's what happened. Both him, the guy that told you that, Theo Parnell, and then Keener, they're the only two that survive in that situation. Theo has joined you. Keener has joined you, but he's also agreed to be arrested. Sort of, kind of. I believe he's actually here. Give me a second. Let me double check. If I'm not mistaken, he should be not here. Let me double check. Because Kelso used to hang out here. Double check. No, it's not here. You gotta remember where my boy Keener is. But not like, if you want, I'll send you a video later that was done for this. The game's lore is actually pretty good. A lot of it, ignoring the crazy tech, it's in this entire scenario is genuinely feasible, and it's actually kind of scary. Down by the shooting range. Ah, there you go. Thank you. See, it's been a while. It's nice to know somebody knows. But yeah, I don't know if I would be able to recommend this game for people, but if it's one thing this game has that is very, very good, it's absolutely the game's lore. I think the game's lore is actually very, very interesting. Oh wait, let me show you one quick thing before anything else. This is something else that I actually appreciate that the game has done. So a couple of raids were done for this game, and whoever completes the raid first, they get put here. It's actually really, really cool. So here you have Operation Dark Hours. So these are the guys that completed it first, and then they have it here also for Iron Horse, I believe. Yeah, Iron Horse. So that's actually pretty cool that they put them in game. That's cool as hell. That's pretty cool. That's like genuinely freaking cool. All right, so let me go upstairs. No, excuse me. It's not upstairs. It's by the shooting range. Yeah, I like when games do that. When they give players props like that. There he is. There's the homie. So that's how they got him right now. I think he's cool. I think Aaron Keener is actually a genuinely pretty cool character. He kind of crashes out when you fight him in the end of the DLC. I actually would have preferred if he would have just gotten away again, but it's fine. They brought him back, and now he's sort of kind of going to help you, so that's actually pretty cool. I like it. So let me stop being distracted. Let me just explain how the armor and all that other stuff works. So basically, like I said, you got two main weapons, got a secondary. You have 6 pieces of gear. Yeah, right now I kind of just hop back in because I want to catch up on the story beats. I want to finish the Kelso manhunt before the Brooklyn DLC drops. I live in Brooklyn, so I'm kind of curious to see just how accurate they do things and they reference things. It would be pretty cool if I'm kind of interested what area of Brooklyn we're going to be running through. That's the thing I'm actually interested in. So check it out. So we have 6 pieces of armor. You got your mask, your backpack, your chest piece, gloves, holster, and then your knee pads. Oh, nice. You're from DC? So let me ask you then, how accurate is this game for DC? Because the Manhattan DLC is actually fairly accurate. And I thought that was actually kind of impressive. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know what's going on, Carillion. So when you look at your armor pieces, all of them are technically the same, with 2 pieces being extra special. So every piece of armor is going to have a core attribute. 1 to 10, I would give it an 8. Great bait, mate. I gave it an 8. Let me stop. So every armor piece has a core attribute, and then anywhere from, I believe it's always going to have 2 attributes. Everything's going to have 2 attributes, yeah. So your core attribute is the main skill. So it's either going to be skill tier, it's going to be weapon damage for all your weapons, and or it's going to be armor. So armor is obviously your health, which you'll see with the white blocks. Your skill tier is just directly 1 skill tier, going from, I believe, 1 to a total of 6. And then weapon damage just for all of them. It's really hard to make it work to where you do an even spread. I feel personally the game encourages you to really specialize. Don't be a retard like me who likes to make really, really weird builds. I'll show you one that I use where I try to make it work, which is like a little bit of everything. Like jack of all. I have one jack of all trades build that actually works, and then I have one build that people really look at me and they're like, why are you doing this? But skill tier directly raises your skill tier, so that affects your skills. When you have a skill, for example, the sticky bomb, anywhere from skill 1 to 6, some of them do affect cooldown, but for the most part, it just makes the skills work better. Like, for example, this one, it does impact its cooldown reduction and so on. Certain skills, you want high skill tiers. Others, even without high skill tier, they will still do their job. An example of one that will still do its job is the drone for attacking and healing. They're always going to work. The shield is a unique exception where it will be better with high skill tier or if your core attribute is armor. So both of them can work. And then the Firefly, in particular the Demolisher, you don't need high skill tier to make it work, because half the time it bugs out anyway, but you don't need skill tier to make it do its job. All it does is it zips over to enemies that have like a weak point, breaks it, and now they can't use their tools. So that's a really, really good skill in that regard. The turret you can also get away with not having it at high tier, because I believe, I don't know if they still do that, but your damage can still impact it. Everything else, you absolutely want to have skill tiers. You can get away with the decoy not having high skill tier, but I don't know. I'm not really too keen on the skill, although it is in one of my stupid builds. I'll switch back to this build in a second because I need, for the current story beats, I gotta get Seeker Mine kills. But let me just show you this one build. I think True Gaming might get a headache when he sees it. So let me get to it real quick. Where is it? Did somebody just push me? Oh yeah, that's something this game does. If NPCs push you, it'll bump you out of your pause screen. It's really stupid. It's weird. So this is my weird build. So let me explain it, and then you might get a headache. Don't hate me, True Gaming. So the purpose of this build is, yes, you saw that. If you're in the middle entrance area, there's an NPC that's always walking around. She will always bump into you, and she will kick you out of your pause screen. Some pretty good trolling. So check this build out. So I'm running four tiers of damage, and then 2 tiers of tech. But this green armor here that I have, I know I didn't finish my armor explanation, but I'll get back to this really. Just trust me on this one. So the way this works is the rigger build, the rigger special armor. It kind of works like in Diablo, where if you have like a set, it'll give you a set bonus. All the armors do that. Yellow and all the armors do that, but the green ones are particularly special because if you have 4 pieces, you'll unlock a special skill. Well, no, this actually works because this will actually tag into me explaining the chest and backpack. The chest and backpack are special for armor pieces because all chest pieces will always have a special skill, and the same thing for the backpacks. They're a bit more special for gear sets because if you have 4 pieces of armor, you're going to get all of the skills. But then the backpack and the chest piece of those sets will also enhance the skills inherent to that gear set. So the rigger set is, if you have 2 pieces, you get 50% cooldown reduction. With 3 pieces, you get 50% skill duration. But then at tier 4, if you interact with the skills, you'll heal the skill, or you'll do things like that. You'll do certain things, but it only happens once. So that skill, in my opinion, is pretty garbage. The main benefit of the rigger build is the backpack, because if you have Tend and Befriend available and you have the backpack, if you cancel out a skill, it automatically refreshes the cooldown. So as you see here, if I throw out the decoy, if you hold the skill button, you'll cancel it. And then because of the skill that the backpack gives you, you refresh it automatically. So this build is strictly for PvE, and I went through the trouble of farming rigger to get them with headshot damage so that I can re-roll skill tier off and put in weapon damage. So what I ended up doing is, you have 4-piece armor for the gear set, you have a bunch of damage built in, and basically my whole gimmick is I run around, I throw a decoy, the enemy is chasing my decoy, I'm repositioning, and then I headshot them and kill them. Or I bust out my revolver and kill them in one shot anyway. So my big damage comes from the fact that if they're not seeing me, this exotic sniper rifle deals extra damage to them. But also I have this exotic holster, the Dodge City Gunslinger. So this one, while your pistol is put away, you gain stacks. If you see on the bottom of the screen, you'll notice that gun emblem right below the numbers, it's filling up. Once it's full, that's max stacks. But what the holster does is, every stack that you have up to 100 deals 10% bonus damage per stack, and it counts as headshot damage anywhere you hit. However, if you land a headshot, it's amped up even more. So as an example of how much damage I can do, let's go ahead and put up a name delete. That's how much health it'll take off of an elite with a headshot. I'm pretty sure I can bonk I can bonk reds and purples. They're automatically dead. I don't think I can take out a non-named elite with this though. Let me double check. He's all the way back there. Let me put it closer, just to make my life easier. Alright, pistols next. Yep. I will kill a non-named elite with a headshot if I land it with this. Is this the right pistol? Yes, it is, the Harvest. So this one's not even maxed out yet. So once I max this out, I should be able to get even closer to whacking a named elite in one shot with this. So that's basically the plan. Throw a decoy out, run around like a moron, like a maniac, just hide somewhere, get in proper position, wait until the right time, pop them in the head. So yeah, I can basically two-tap them. I can two-tap elites with the Mantis. Is the Mantis maxed out? Yes, it is. The Mantis is fully maxed out. And like I said, named elite with a headshot, or the regular elite with a headshot, they're dead. With this shotgun, yeah, it takes a full mag. So yeah, that's how this works. The other build I have, this one took a little bit of time to make, but this one's actually pretty tough. So you can craft armor pieces, and you can either make them from certain brands, or you can improvise them. The benefit of having an improvised armor piece is that you can put a mod slot on them, because normally only the head, the helmet, sorry, the mask, the chest piece, and the backpack are the only pieces of gear that are going to have a mod slot. The holster, the knee pads, and gloves will never have a mod slot, but if you make it improvised, you will. So this armor isn't maxed out yet. It's going to take some time for me to do it, but I basically have armor regen on all of them, as well as crit rate on a majority of them. And then I have this exotic piece, Coyote's Mask, which, depending on my range, will give me either crit chance, crit damage, or a mix of both. And for the sake of showing, there you see me recovering my health fairly quickly. And that blue, those blue ticks you see, is also added armor. So the way this build works is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mod slots, one on each piece of armor. Each of them is protection from elites. Elites are any enemies which are gold bars. So I'm running protection from elites against all of them on all pieces of armor. I have armor regen on everything with the exception of the mask. I have crit chance or crit damage on all the pieces of armor, and then all of them except for the helmet are running armor. So I'm fairly tanky, but let's do you one more. The chest piece has a skill called Intimidate. So anytime I have bonus armor, I get extra damage to anybody who's within 10 meters of me. My backpack has Adrenaline Rush. Whenever I'm within 10 meters of somebody, I gain 20% bonus armor, up to a total of 60. And this refreshes every 5 seconds. So as long as I'm within range of people, I am constantly getting armor. I'm constantly getting temporary armor. I have a pretty decent amount of armor regen. If they are elites, I'm taking significantly less damage from them. My biggest problems are going to be enemies that are red or purples, because they're going to ignore my protection from elites. But for them, I have this exotic shotgun, the Sweet Dreams. The Sweet Dreams, if I hit them with a melee attack while this is out, if they are reds or purples, they instantly die. No questions asked. So I can just run up to whoever the biggest problems are, immediately KO them. While I'm running at them, I'm getting bonus armor anyway, and then I can deal with the actual elites and just whoop them up. So you can be pretty close to unkillable with this, unless you're like severely in over your head. And then for the other skills that I have my shield, which is automatically skill tier 6 because I'm running a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of armor. So that's tier 5. The class I'm running is Technician, so I automatically get a free tier level. And then on the right side, my other skill is the Artificer. The Artificer periodically gives me a charge, which will give my shield more health and recover its health. And if I'm playing with a team, I can set it down. It'll extend the duration of my team skills. So this is a pretty tanky build. It took a bit of time to roll one of the attributes that I wanted, which was either crit chance, crit damage, or armor regen. So it's been pretty effective. This is a pretty good armor set. I can recommend this for just about anybody. Like I said, you can use this and you're practically unkillable as long as you're not stupid. Like, you can pretty much survive just about any encounter with this. And then with the versatility that Coyote's Mask offers, I can either run in at close range, gun them down, or I can fight them at long range with a rifle, cap out my crit chance, get a pretty good amount of crit damage, whack them. Works out pretty well. Another build that's actually pretty cheap is this one. Let me show you this one real quick. I like to call this the COVID build. So this right here, whenever you hit somebody with a status effect, it gives them another status effect. The Eclipse Protocol What this does is if you kill somebody with a status effect, that status effect spreads to other people. So case in point, I put this guy on fire, I blow him up. Well, he's getting poisoned. There you go, they're all dead. Let me see. So once he dies, it spreads to that guy. Whoops, oh, no, they all got it. Oh, never mind. So yeah, it gets pretty wild. And I can just hit them with this if I need to. And I can just cheese them with this shotgun because this shotgun's OP. There you go. That's literally all you need to do. Like, you can literally clear entire rooms with this because it'll just keep burning them and then just spreading to everybody back and forth. Well, there you go. There you see it. It's looping already. Uh-oh. So this one works pretty well. And this shotgun remains one of the dumbest weapons in the game ever since they came out with it. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this one. This one is a full DPS setup that I run. So as far as skills, I run the Firefly that breaks parts. None of these things have anything destructible, so it's not going to matter. Oh, also, side note, you see this guy right here? One of the manhunt targets was his daughter. I killed her. He said nothing about it. Hilarious. So this right here, what's it called again? I forgot. The Banshee. So the Banshee pulse basically staggers people. And then I just gunned them down. I like this SMG because it has really good range. It has a gigantic magazine. And it really doesn't spread a lot. Like, it's just really, really good. This one's stupid good. This is the T821. This one's really, really good. Or, if I want to, oops, I could just switch to my rifle. And just gun them down. As you see here, damage is pretty serious on this. And if I get crits, it's even worse. But honestly, the main thing I'm using is this, just because of the sheer magazine size. So this build does a lot of work. It's just you are insanely fragile. Like, you only see 13 blocks of armor compared to the my melee one. However, one of the armor pieces does grant you armor regen for kills. And I'll show you that real quick. That's this piece right here, the perfect clutch. You get kills, you get a heal over time, and that heal over time is stronger the more damage core attributes you have. And then this one is every time I land a crit, I deal more damage. Pretty risky, very, very high risk, very, very high reward. Anything that's not like a super tanky opponent, you're going to obliterate with this. The last one I want to show you before I get back to it is probably my laziest build, which is this one right here. I call it AFK because that's literally what it is. True, the vector is pretty OP. I think I have a vector on me. Let me double check. Do I have a vector on me? No, I don't, but I can pull one real quick. Let's see. Do I have a vector? Close enough. There it is. I have one right here. Yeah, this thing shoots like crazy. Looks like it bugged out. I'm not sure if they buffed it or not, but let me compare real quick. So, do I have any equipment on it? Yes, I do. Yeah, the magazine size is pretty nutty. That's basically the main thing. The T821 does hit harder, like by a lot. It's almost double its damage, but the Vector just that rate of fire is nuts. Yeah, every once in a while they do modify it. Like this right here, I don't like the change they gave to this weapon. This is one of my favorite rifles, and they changed its RPM to be rapid fire. I used to use it single. It used to fire a single shot, and you would have to trigger pull every single time. I would have preferred they kept it as that. I prefer my rifles being single shot. But every once in a while they do modify things. The Vector, however, especially in PvP, the Vector melts. It's just like True Gaming says. Like, let me show you real quick. There's the T81. Did I not equip it? Am I blind? There it is. Give me a second. Let me show you. So we have an Elite. Let's use my T81 first. Let me just reset him real quick because he was over in full health. So that was, I don't know how many seconds that was. Let's count. About 4 seconds. There you go. Like, unless you're landing crits, but yeah. So yeah, you land some hits, some crits on this, you're absolutely gonna just obliterate things. And then I have strained on it, so you land crits, it hits harder. I have steady handed on this because I just like being able to actually get some range on this. But this with strained, you're gonna absolutely melt things. I'm not sure if damage to armor or damage out of cover is better, but I also like having health damage on this too. Well, that's just why I rolled on it, so just kind of just ran with it. But yeah, you absolutely have the potential to just melt things with this build. It's pretty entertaining. Let me go back to Boomer. I'm like one of the few guys that'll actually use this. It's really satisfying using this and getting kills with it, to be honest with you. Especially when the Hollywood event is on. Let's get going. I want to finish this event at least. Yeah, I feel like damage out of cover is more relevant, but either one works. I mean, I think it depends on the weapon too. Like on an assault rifles already have health damage, so it doesn't need it. All right, we gotta go to the E-Small. So let's go deal with them. Someone messaged me. Never mind, I was wrong. No one loves me. I am currently on PlayStation 5. I don't know if this game supports crossplay, and if I were to get a PC, I don't think it would actually let me transfer information, which is a bit of a drag. Yeah, you know what? People talk about mouse and keyboard versus controller, but I actually think this game feels pretty good on controller, with the exception of sniping. Sniping is always going to be better on mouse and keyboard. I'm sorry. This is how it is. Alright, let's go capture that one thing. Oh yeah, see these guys right here? They bring materials for the base, but if you actually walk with them, they actually run faster, which is actually kind of cool.
Hell yes.
Some of the exotics in this game is kind of cool, having to go through the path of building it, like getting the Liberty, and getting the Nemesis. The Nemesis is a pretty cool weapon. Damn, it's 10:30 already? Jeez. Alright, I'm probably going to finish this and then hop off because I'm going to prep for work tomorrow. I also got a doctor's appointment to deal with. So I at least want to finish this mission. Please don't see me, please don't see me, please don't see me. Ha, you're stupid. Alright, you can die now. Boop. Oh, you gonna die? Boop. Boop. Oh, perfect, you didn't die. Awesome. Please die to my grenade. Please die to my seeker mine. Boop. Ah, yes, mods, the eternal struggle. Boop. Oh god, grenades. Any reds, any reds, any... Oh, you're dead, you're red. Boop.
Bridge is right. M&M does not deserve Vanguard. She may have a body, but she doesn't understand his soul. Cassandra left you a clue in Southwest.
Boop.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
Alright, you can die now.
Access key detected.
The other seeker mine is kind of cool because you don't need to actually lock onto them. You could just have it go somewhere and detonate, but you kind of got to plan it out. Like, some of the skills are brain dead, some of the skills require a little more finesse. Alright, I'm going to get back to base. And then I'm going to hop off and get ready to work. Oh, yeah. I'll send you the lore video of anything Kyrillian. Looks like everything's streamed well, so I'm definitely going to get back to streaming. Thank you for dropping by, fellas. Y'all stay safe. Thank you for dropping by. Really appreciate it.